Y'all still bills. What's the deal, man? Listen. It's a winter wonderland out here. This is the first time we gotten snow this winter. You know, this is the type of day I wanted to wake up on Christmas to. You know what I'm saying? You see it in my hair. I wanted to wake up on Christmas to this. I didn't want to wake up to February 12th to this bullshit. You dig? As long as this shit is gone by April, it is what it is. But this is the type of weather that I prefer for Christmas, man. So it's Wednesday, it's hump day, we here, nigga headed to to do what it is that I do. And y'all know how the story go. But peep game, let's get right into this shit, man. And that is Clarissa fucking Shields. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Just when I say I can't stand a motherfucker, and that's a hard thing for me to say. Cause one thing about me is, I try to understand people's personality traits. I try to be understanding of people's, their mindset. I try to just be understanding of people to the point where I'm too overstanding. And because of me being understanding of them and wanting to be the more rationally minded in a situation and not wild out and come out of character, that leads to me getting disrespected. You dig? That leads to me getting disrespected, getting tested, and all type of wild shit because the motherfuckers see that, they think they can play with you because of the level of patience you have. But I just got I just have a high level of resilience. You dig? I do. I do. I have a high level of resilience and patience and understanding of people, man. And because of that, I'm able to interact with them. I'm able to take a lot of bullshit that your average nigga couldn't take because of my level of patience. I'm too patient with people. So it's real hard for me to say, I just don't dig this nigga. And she has managed to get me in that mind frame where I just don't dig this nigga. I don't. Let's backtrack a little bit before we get to where we at now, man. She spent all of last year, and I forget who Amanda said it to, but she used the term woke. And that may even been to before last year. Maybe a little bit of the year before. I can't really remember. But she used the term woke, and that just sent her into a frenzy. Like, just like she felt disrespected that she would address anybody else as the woke besides her because she think that's the term that she came up with, even though Muhammad Ali is the one who really coined the term. That's neither here nor there, though. So she got offended that Amanda Serrano addressed another woman as the GOAT. And then that turned into calling him out, pretty aggressively. Calling him out. I fight these girls don't want to fight me. I come down 147 pounds, I do this and that, and 30, gotta. Why are you talking about fighting smaller women? That shit is baffling to me. But when Alicia Baumgardner told you, I'll come up there and let's run that. Just it'll be some dope for the city of Detroit. You had the nerve to get offended by that. And then when she said, I'll meet you up at 147 pounds, you objected to that. You didn't want, no, you got meet me at 154 pounds. You objected to it. Where's that energy at? Where? But that's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? That's neither here nor there. So you spend an entire year going on this tirade talking about, giving her, just bullshit ass praise. You dig? A lot of times people are real underhanded with their compliments. They'll throw a whole bunch of salt at you, but because they don't want to be ostracized as being their true selves, which is whatever you want to call them, a hater. And a lot of time it ain't jealousy. A lot of time it is jealousy though. I think with her, it's just her personality. She's just a bitter motherfucker. She's overtly bitter. And with her being bitter, it just leads to, shenanigans like this taking place. So, I'm not gonna call her. I'm gonna call her jealous, but you can use that, and that's not a term that I use often because I don't think everybody is jealous. Sometimes I just think it's I just do not dig it. I just don't fuck with you for whatever reason. It's just something about you that I just ain't clicking with, and it just be like that. But you spend a whole year doing that shit. You going on Twitter Spaces and all type of wild shit, saying the remarks that you say, and then when someone calls you on it, you want to backtrack and cover your tracks by saying, no, I love her, I support her, and this and that and the third, and start singing her praises or whatever the case may be. You done that. Oh, yo, what's up, man? I need you to come on with it. But you've done that, and you've done that a multitude of times. You've done that a multitude of times. Well, you'll backtrack after you done said some slick shit to try to, because you don't want to be deemed as no hater. You don't want to, you know what I'm saying? You don't want a motherfucker to call you out on what it is that you're doing, or be, showing your true self. So you'll backtrack. We fast forward to December with the Tyson and Jake Paul fight, and when the numbers came out that this is the highest viewed female fight of all time, what do? You run till that. You go on every platform, or you make spaces on Twitter for your goddamn self. You try to inbox Cam and all that extra shit, just being real devious and real just dastardly, and are they trying to change the narrative? What narrative are they trying to change exactly? That don't count. That they wasn't the headliner. It only counts if you the headliner now. Like, so now only viewerships can. Now, mind you, you can make that argument or whatever. Yeah, but if that was the case, if they was just there to watch Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, why the fuck didn't Mario Barrios and Ramos receive those same views? Why was it just them and not everybody else if it was just about Tyson and Jake Paul? Granted, it was about Tyson and Jake Paul, but the fact of the matter is the numbers peaked once they got in the ring. They peaked once they got in the ring. Not peaked, but spiked. They didn't peak, but they spiked. Significantly spiked. Undeniably spiked. Once they stepped in the ring and they fought each other, and they put on a hell of a performance like they did last time. But you want to play this game like you and Savannah, because you and Savannah Marshall was the main event. That those are the numbers that matter. Which you can have an argument with that, but the thing is this: if you are celebrated in the quote in the face of boxing and women's boxing and all that shit, and celebrated like you like to believe that you are, why couldn't you replicate those numbers when you fought Cornejo, when you fought Danielle Perkins, and when you fought oh man, I can't remember I don't know shorty name. The girl you took the light heavyweight title from. Why are there that many empty seats in the arena while you're fighting? Why? And of course, you're not going to have a justifiable answer for it, because that will mean you have to be faced with reality. So you go on this tirade, they're trying to erase history, rewrite history, and all that. And Cam is like, yo, he ain't hearing it. And then when he claps back at you and let you know, nah, you on bullshit, you got the nerve to try to turn that around and make it seem as if he's misogynistic and doesn't support black women, black female athletes, because he's correcting you. Oh, shit. He's correcting you. And that's just offensive to you. You know what I mean? Just because you're just above reproach. You're above criticism. You're above being told about yourself. So for motherfuckers, how dare a nigga give me correction on anything other than him not, unless he's a misogynist. How dare you? How is he a misogynist and you're not a misandrist? Because every time you show, you show your teeth that anytime a man is getting any type of praise and adulation outside of the men that you fuck with, you got all the spite for Canelo. You got spite for all of these dudes. You're still aggressively calling out Keith Thurman. You're still aggressively calling out Jake Paul. And what's crazy is if they were to accept your challenge, how they would be slandered in the public eye. You know that. But you don't think like that because you want to prove that you can stomp with the big dogs. You want to prove that you can pad up and play football with the rest of the motherfucker. I don't give a fuck about you getting honking and all that. Go the fuck around. Nigga. Fuck you talking about? But you know that's your get down. That's your get down. Cam is a misogynist, but you somehow get to, escape being a misandrist. It makes zero sense. So now we come back to Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. Amanda finally claps back at you. She's like, I'm fighting for something more than me. This isn't about me. This is about us. When you win, we all win. When I win, we all win. We not fighting for the same thing, baby. And she said that to her. Like, we different. We are different. Our mission statements in the sport is completely different. And then, of course, after they had their little exchanges, and even Amanda was still trying to be diplomatic in her approach. Like, nah, man, I don't want everybody to, come and attack her based off of, oh, no, I don't want everybody to clap at her or nothing like that. So even after their, their little, it wasn't super heated, but it was frustrating. She was venting. After she vented a little bit, all right, cool, like we good now. It seemed like they got back on, on good terms. And they ended that interaction on a peaceful note. But even though it's a peaceful note, you don't think she's behind the scenes spilling her aggravation that she has with you to her, her loved ones and those that are close to her corner, her family. She's not in the interview slandering you, but you gotta be understanding that, yeah, she may have a little bit of, animosity towards me because of what, our last interaction. You can't be slightly understanding of that. And you don't even go to be apologetic after the fact, after you sat there and said all the wild shit that you said to her, just completely discredited her and Katie Taylor's contributions to that fight, to that card. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. You can't be somewhat understanding that, man, she may, all right, man, let me pump my brakes a little bit. Let me chill. I'm going to chill, all right? I'm going to chill. I ain't going to wild out on her. I'm going to chill. Or you can't even say, yo, Amanda, hey, yo, man, let me make it just a random tweet. Make a random ass tweet. Hey, man, hey, shout out to Amanda Serrano. Shout out to Katie Taylor, man. Y'all girls is putting in pain. Y'all doing work. Y'all putting on for the ladies. You can't do no shit like that. Because for you to do some shit like that would be to take praise away from you. You can't do that. You can't just simply read the room and say, yo, man, let me extend the olive branch right here and say, yo, man, I'm too bold and too self-righteous to say I'm sorry. And I want y'all to understand that about me, that I just, saying I'm sorry is just something that's not in my, I can't do it. So this is my sorry, like what Ruben Sutter said, this is my sorry for 2004. All right, cool. I can accept this as an apology. I can accept this. And let me do this. But you don't do that. So whatever. You won't do that, and you too, absent-minded to understand that people are still going to have some sort of spite towards you because of all the bullshit that you done kept up for that entire calendar year of 2024. So what does Amanda do? After all that bullshit, sends you a congratulatory message or tweet. I think it was a tweet via Twitter. Now at some point you have to be introspective and understand why she's not overtly writing you this essay and just this lengthy congratulatory post or whatever. You have to be understanding of that. You have to understand why she isn't doing that. You just have to. You just have to know how to read the room. You just have to know how to say, yo, all right, yeah, I deserve that. You have to know that she's responding to you in this capacity because she still has a little bit of vitriol towards you because of the bullshit that you did all last year. You have to know this. But you don't know this, and what's your response? That seems a little dry, boo, but thanks. How do you critique somebody's compliment, dog? That's what's blowing me. How do you tell me never mind if the compliment is dry, it's because all the bullshit you did last year. Never mind that. Never mind that. Never mind that. Compliment is dry, but you spent an entire year last year, and when Cam came to you, bro, even going back to the Massanger shit, you was talking about Cam on some street shit. Cam getting run out the Rutgers and all that shit, though. Just like, bro, what are you doing? All this because he brought the truth to the light about you not being the most viewed female fight in the history of the sport. You mad at that? All of that because they come to the aid of Amanda Serrano. They come to the aid of Katie Taylor. Like, this shit is undeniable. And here the fuck you are on this dumb shit. And you can't even accept a compliment coming from somebody who has ill will towards you because of your actions. You can't come to the understanding that they are only responding like this because my behavior from the previous year before. My nigga, yes, the compliment was gonna be dry. But what does that say about Amanda's character that she said, yo, bro, I'm gonna put my personal feelings to the side because women's boxing is still building and it's gaining massive momentum, and I don't want to do anything to stagger that momentum. So let me play my part and show some sort of unison between us, even though I'm not really feeling it right now. Let me play my part. Congratulations, Clarissa Shields. Oh, that's kind of dry. Man, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. It's time for I'm throwing when Clarissa Shields retires, I'm throwing a Clarissa Shields retiring party. Because your presence is not needed, and that is wild to say because you are an incredible talent. You are an incredible talent. Nobody can deny your talent level. Nobody. Nobody. But you have gotten into this headspace to where you can't be critiqued. You don't have an issue calling dudes out, despite how they'll look if they accept your challenge. You rain on everybody else's parade. You got all the energy and even what you saying, yo, man, who the fuck is William Skull about Canelo, as if we knew who Danielle Perkins was. Shorty had 5 fights and didn't even fight in the 10-rounder before. We didn't know who old girl was that you fought that goddamn light heavyweight. Your best fight is Savannah Marshall. And that was a damn good win. But you got energy for motherfuckers that you don't seem to have for yourself. And I just cannot for the life of me understand that. And I'm very understanding of people's personality. But it is just the biggest slap in the face and audacious of anybody to sit there and, display the type of behavior you displaying. And they'll ignore all of this shit and still be supportive of you. I'm on Facebook arguing with niggas last night. They try to find a way to turn this as to me being some self-hating coon because I'm critical of her personality traits. Nigga, no. My man talking about, yo, man, she can talk to these girls however they want to talk to her. She a big dog this, she a big dog that. Had the nerve to criticize Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. They ain't got no skills. They can't control distances, so they leave with it. And I'm explaining to them, bro, when you have a conventional and an unconventional fighter fighting each other, head clashes happen. Oh, that ain't no excuse. It's not an excuse. It's historic. They happen. Head clashes happen. When a southpaw meets a fucking orthodox fighter, it happens. Oh, she can talk to them however she want to talk to them. They ain't gonna fight her. They already called her out at 147 pounds. Why is she trying to meet women who cap out at 140 pounds, at 147 pounds? And why didn't she have that energy for Alicia? Oh, respect the GOAT, respect the grind, you know what I'm saying? Respect the grind. Respect the grind. That's a so-and-so Olympian and yada yada. And I had to tell my dog, I'm like, bro, you do realize Clarissa Shields does not have those Olympic gold medals that she has if it's not for Katie Taylor fighting for the the Olympic Committee to allow women to fight in the Olympics. Like, you do know that, right? So you talking some big dog shit. It literally gets no bigger and quote status of somebody who has the nerve to bang on you and berate you after you carved a lane out for them to be successful in. Don't bring up your Olympic pedigree and dismiss Katie Taylor's contributions to the sport, including being an ambassador and a pioneer for women's boxing in the Olympics. Who the fuck is you? That ain't to my man, that's to her. But to my dog, I'm like, my nigga, come on, man. You have your analysis on these two women right here are completely skewed, and you're running off of narratives. All these niggas and content creators who make, on YouTube, they're not gonna bring all this shit to light. But a lot of it's, it's the brethren, it's black content creators, and they don't want to come off as turncoats, and I get that. I get that, but sometimes you gotta throw the baby out with the bathwater. Because y'all don't say shit about Shorty going and calling out all these other men. Y'all don't do, including Keith Thurman and Sean Porter. Are they not black? Are they not black? Because I don't hear a lot of y'all going and berating her for doing that shit. When y'all know the type of imagery that that gets placed on us in the, in mass media. And for them to call them, I remember when Mike Tyson said I'd spar. They ate that nigga up. This was years ago. Now, he wasn't talking about Clarissa Shields. He was talking about another woman or whatever. I think he said he'd fight her. Some shit like that. I don't know. But they ate him up for that. But she can wild out, call out Keith Thurman, call out Sean Porter. And none of that shit gets addressed. None of it gets addressed. Y'all don't give her corrective action for her shit, for her bullshit. It's irritating, my nigga. It's irritating. I hate how motherfuckers do this shit. They'll completely dismiss all the bullshit that you do and focus on the positive shit. It's a shame someone at her talent level she's not likable. She's not likable. Everybody can't be Floyd Mayweather and play the bad guy. Everybody can't do that. Fuck out of here, bro. Clarissa Shields needs to go on about her. But even when you say the quote, like, yo, bro, what are you talking about the quote? How are you the greatest woman of all time with all these sisters who have contributed to the struggle? How are you Asada Shakur? You Afeni Shakur? Sophia Bakari? You are any of these women? Dr. Francis Cress Welsing? You're them? You're them? Kathleen Cleaver, you're them. Rosa, we go Ida B, you're them. Sojourner, you're them. Anna Murray Douglas, you're them. When you say quote, because you're not relegating that shit to boxing. When you say quote, you're talking about women abroad. You're Serena. You're these women. You pale in comparison to them. You pale in comparison. You Simone Biles, you're them. I don't think so. I don't think so. Hell no. You can't shine them women's shoes. So how are you the quotes? Man, stop that bullshit, man. You're Angela Davis. How are you the quote? And nobody is willing to address that shit. They just want to run with that state. No, you're not. You're not. Greatest woman of all time. No, you're not, baby. You're not. Have some fucking respect, some dignity, some class. Respect, just be respectful. You're extremely disrespectful, and you wonder why people don't fuck with you in the capacity that they fuck with you. There's no reason why we should be this standoffish with a fellow black woman as one of the best athletes in her respective profession. You make it very hard to be supportive of you. Extremely hard. Just no dignity with you. My niggas talking to me, like, oh man, stop dick riding Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. That ain't dick riding. That's speaking truth to power. Dignity and being respectful does not stop short of black men and black women, bro. You don't have to you don't get to degrade motherfuckers because you're black. No. No. And I really need niggas to get out of their fucking feelings when it comes to that. You are not owed a great deal of respect to the point where you can disrespect everybody else and be justified in you be justified in you disrespecting them. No. Who the fuck are you? God damn, man. Niggas is shameless, and y'all are scared to call her out because you don't want to look like the William O'Neill ass nigga who's going against his own. You don't want to look like that turncoat, coon ass, running to the fed ass niggas, man. You don't want to look like him. I'm not him. So I have no issue with saying the shit that I'm saying. You're not a turncoat if you hold your own accountable, bro. Be respectful of people. Be respectful of people. When Elijah Muhammad told Malcolm X, man, stand down, bro. America loves this dude. Do not go in there and say shit about JFK because that's going to bring too much heat to this organization. I don't want to say organization. It's going to bring too much heat to the organization. Fuck it. It's going to bring too much heat. And when he went out there and said what it is that he said, what happened? Now, I ain't in favor of everything that transpired after that shit, man, because I do think Elijah Muhammad. I'm not so sure no more. I'm not so sure. But nonetheless, that was the downfall between the two of them, and it eventually led to Malcolm X's untimely demise. But it's not about I have such a high level of praise and adulation for fucking JFK. No, bro, it's simply respect people's emotional state. And I get it, you angry, you mad. It's understandable why you would be mad considering everything that we've been through, but you gotta fall back on this one. You gotta fall back on this one. You gotta fall back on this one. It's about respectability. Politics do not stop short of black men and black women because of everything that we've had to endure over our years here in this country, over our centuries here in this country. Forcefully, no, just chill. And he didn't comply, so we all know the rest of the story. But the point is, stop disrespecting people and have some fucking decorum and some dignity and some tact. Whatever words you can think of to call what it is that you need to have. Exercise morals, man. And she's immoral. She's immoral. So I have no issues with saying the shit that I'm saying. And it's a shame you buster ass niggas ain't got that same type of vigor when it's time to really get up there and let it be known, bro. Like y'all sit there and congratulate her for the fuck shit that she's doing. It's the dumbest shit in the world. She's disrespectful. She's reckless. And I ain't about to be the nigga that's going pussyfoot and around that issue, man. Nah. Because her doing and saying the dumb shit that she does and says has a zero effect on the rest of the regiment. That's all the fuck I gotta say about it, man. I'm finally at work. I get what y'all later, yo. Stay righteous, be easy, and all that. Deuces.